Hello, and welcome to glennzb TV for Monday, the show that puts glennzb up your Periscope. I'm bringing New Zealand to the world, and the world to New Zealand. And now Federer has finally done it, outlasted another old man in the final of a tennis tournament. Does this mean Tiger Woods can come back? I guess there are some similarities. A lot of people wrote off Tiger, said he'd never win another major. A lot of people said the same thing about Roger Federer. A few crucial differences there. I don't think Federer has ever sunk as low as 663 in the world. In the tennis. And what was the other thing? Oh, yes. I don't think that he ever had a series of sordid one-night stands with a bunch of hookers and strippers. And then was chased out of his house by his wife bashing his car with a golf club. I don't think that ever happened to Roger Federer. But apart from that, very similar situations, and perhaps it'll all turn around for Tiger sometime soon. I've got a bit of an issue with not all Christians, just some Christians. A group promoting conversation about sexuality and gender diversity say that they were effectively forced out of a Christian music festival. This is Festival 1, which was held over the weekend at Mystery Creek Event Centre in Hamilton, which is a very sort of a cosmopolitan, metropolitan, Neapolitan kind of a place, Hamilton. Anyway, Craig Watson, who is a gay Christian, said he was part of a group which applied to hold a stall at the festival which would promote conversations around gender and sexuality with a faith. It was called the Wilder People Stand, that's interesting. It had a number of positive responses from Christians, glad these topics were being addressed. However, they also had a number of conservative Christians express their disgust in a stand that promoted inclusion. See, this is where it all falls over for me, this whole Christianity thing. There's people being disgusted about things like inclusion. Because there's nothing more disgusting than including people, is there? So, turns out Christianity do not want to include people. It's a religion of exclusion. So it's good to get that out there. I wish I'd printed out the article in colour because it was a rainbow-coloured flag there. It just looks like a boring grey one. It's always the picture that they seem to use every time there's a story about anything to do with gay rights. Same picture. Anyway. From the Everything Gives You Cancer file, new research shows, what is it this week? Evidence of widespread use of nano ingredients in popular food products may cause cancer. There may be links to cancer. An additive commonly used in lollies, biscuits, chewing gum, and sauces has been found to initiate the early stages of cancer. So anyway, this is something called titanium dioxide. Who knew that eating large amounts of titanium dioxide might cause cancer? It's also known as E171. It's a bit dodgy when things are known by letters and numbers, isn't it? But yeah, so that's nano ingredients. What if you only have a nano amount of nano ingredients? Should we stop eating altogether? This is getting depressing, this episode of glennzb TV, and it's not going to get any better because, back to sport, why did nobody go to the Wellington Sevens? I mean, even the All Black Sevens team didn't turn up. I mean, I watched all the games at the end, and I kept waiting for New Zealand to come on, and they weren't there. Was there something else on in Wellington that hasn't been... people obviously were busy doing something else over the weekend in Wellington. What was it? Get back to me on that, because you didn't go and watch the Sevens, that's for damn sure. And finally, massive... I mean, like I say, at least the New Zealand team could have gone and played. Finally, very relieved. I got to work this morning. We're in the middle of it's a complicated business. It was hard to explain to people who don't live in New Zealand. It's Auckland anniversary weekend this weekend. In New Zealand, the different regions of the country celebrate the anniversaries. So you have these regional holidays. I don't know why. Let's not get into it. But my point is, because I work on a nationwide radio show, we get, instead of the Don't Come Monday, we get the Come Monday speech, which means we are here, even though if you look out to the rest of Auckland, they're all tucked up in their nano, still asleep. Anyway, I arrive at work today and there's nobody here. There's a select few of us required to keep the station running. My mug was missing out of my drawer. And then I realised, oh my God, I must have left that on the bench. I meant to wash it and put it away in my drawer. And now I don't know what's become of it. And it was a gift. It's not particularly special to me because it's not like I'm going, oh no, people aren't going to know that I'm always right about everything if I don't have my mug. Because I think they gave it to me as an ironic sort of present. But it was the fact that it was a present. Anyway, this is it. As you can see, I found it again. Luckily. Somebody must have put it in the dishwasher and then it ended up in a drawer with all the other boring mugs that just say NZB written on it, which is the company that owns all our radio stations. So I know that you were worried about that at the beginning of the story, and then less worried when you realise I was holding the mug that I said that I'd lost. The story might have had more impact if I hadn't held it up until now, at the end. I think I gave away the ending of the story, is what I'm saying. This is what happens when you come to work when everybody else is on holiday. I think your storytelling isn't as good as it could be otherwise. Maybe I'll try losing my mug again tomorrow and we'll see how that works out. I am glennzb. Thank you for having me up your Periscope. I will see you back here again tomorrow. Even if you're on holiday, I'll be here.